Hey guys, it's Matt at Epic Bicycle World. Maple syrup for fuel seems to be all the rage these days, and especially popularized by Untappd. However, I've been using maple syrup as fuel for several years, and I just wanted to show you how I mix it up when I'm getting ready to go out on a longer training ride. You need a couple things. First of all, you're going to want to have your maple syrup. I use the Kirkland organic maple syrup, grade A dark amber. I also mix in some salt. You can use either sea salt, or I'm using Himalayan pink salt because that's what I have handy at this point. It's convenient to use one of these little gel flasks. I don't usually mix it completely full, but it's nice to have, and you can mix several doses and just take as much as you want. So basically, I'm going to start out actually adding the salt because it's easier to add that before you get everything sticky with the maple syrup. So I just go ahead and grind an amount of salt into this little container, and that's just to sort of collect it to make it easy to put into my mix. And once I've have that ground up, you use a small measuring spoon, and I like to put between an 1/8 and 1/4 teaspoon of ground salt into the mix, depending on how much I'm going to make. Usually about 1/4 teaspoon for the full flask, and a little bit less than that for half the flask. But you can mix that to taste, and also we happen to be in the fall right now, so it's not really hot. I'm not sweating out a ton of salt when I ride. I'm also replacing it from other sources, but I do like that little bit of so I don't need as much salt. In the summer months, I find that actually I like the salty flavor in my gels, my fuel, so then I like a little bit more salt, and I think some of that has to do with the amount of salt that I'm losing on rides during the warmer months. So once you've added that, you have a little bit in the bottom of your flask, and then you just go ahead and you can add straight maple syrup to the flask, and I said I'm going to make this one about half full, so there's 5 lines on here. I'm actually going to run up to number 3, which is a little over half. So I filled it up, number 3, and we're all ready to go almost. What you want to do is go ahead and shake it up and mix that salt in. Not necessarily looking to dilute it. It's good to give it a shake because some of the larger granules of salt are not going to dilute very well in this. Another way you can do it is also to mix just a little bit of water, a little bit of warm water in with the mix. After you put the salt in, and shake that up and sort of dilute some of the salt in the water, and then add your maple syrup. And when you do that, it makes it sometimes it makes it the salt dilute a little bit better into your mixture. So you can see you have a nice mixture here. It's a little bit thin, a little bit thinner than like honey or an energy gel, which I actually like. Kind of think it doesn't. It's one of the reasons I've been using it for a while. It doesn't hang in my mouth as long. Makes it a little bit easier to swallow and stomach, especially when it's warm out. And I think it comes out of the bottle a little better. So that's how I make my maple syrup energy fuel. Hope you enjoy it and give it a try. Head on over to Epic Bicycle World for more great tips and tricks, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks.